All right, gentlemen, let me get into this Kickstarter. Okay. Um, I don't even know where to start because okay.
The
First of all,
beginning is a
everybody,
good
Yeah,
idea.
I can say a little something.
um,
Easy.
sure, go off.
Guys, so everybody watching, I'm beyond excited, ecstatic to show you our latest project. It hasn't dropped yet, but it will on Black Friday.
Mm,
November 28th, you guys are going to be able to get the first ever historical retelling of Mansa Musa, this book right over here.
oh,
Oh,
Test
that is
copy.
gorgeous.
It's a test copy that, Kira's showing you another image. It is a historical retelling of the Mansa Musa legend. Now, if you guys don't know who Mansa Musa is, shame on you. No, I'm kidding. They don't
Y'all
teach
are heathens.
they don't teach our heroes, our legends in
No.
American school systems. They do not. I didn't learn about that stuff until I was taking Black studies in college. So let's just, keep it a buck. Our heroes are hidden. And in this particular case, we are unveiling and demystifying a lot of the stuff that, has been hidden. And Mansa Musa, his story is one of those stories. It's absolutely incredible. It's true. It's legendary. He was and still is the richest man to have ever lived. And we wanted to tell a story about him that was a sword and sorcery mix, to quote a day on this one, that is a 120-page graphic novel that, as you can see, is completely finished. This book is donezo, and all we need is your help to get this thing printed. You know what I'm saying? We want to get it into your hands. We wanted to do something different. Many independent publishers don't even come to the table with a finished book. They come to the table with an idea and ask y'all for the money. We're doing something the complete opposite. We're coming to you with a finished product, and we want you to give you an opportunity to get it before everybody else. So on November 28th, we've got a Kickstarter for this incredible book, featuring some amazing characters that, was based on life, based on reality. And we want you to check it out.
please,
Oh yeah.
please
No,
do.
this has been a labor of love. We sat down, we burned a lot of midnight oil, really just taking a look at the world. Like we delved into the history, we looked at the facts, we looked at some of the things that could be fact, we looked at the rumors. We took a look at holistically, like, how do you tell this story? How do you take a look at a life so grand that they had to bury it? Like, this is a guy who, like, it's just what it was. Like, there are people who were going to say, oh, he did this, he did that. I mean, the highlights are what? The trip to Mecca, messing up foreign economies by dropping so much gold and stunting on people. All like, it's like all that stuff that happened. How do you frame that in a way that is easy to ingest, that is exciting? And so we didn't want to do one book. This 120-page book is the first of 5 books. We have 500 pages in the works. I'm not counting
Mm,
extras and goodies and all that good stuff. And we're going to be going through the
Yes.
life of our
I'm
version
ready.
of Musa. So we're looking at, as I like
That
to call
is
him, YN Musa. In the first book, he's young, he's got his sword, there's beautiful women, there's all this interplay with magic and politics, the battles for the borders and all this in Mali. And then we're going to watch him evolve and become more of the man that we're told he is, and then watch the kind of the denouement of his life as he's gone from there. And we'll play fast and loose with some of it. We'll add a lot of, again, sword and sorcery, but we really do want to celebrate this hero, or at least celebrate our version of this hero. It was explained to me a long time ago, especially with regards to the work that we do, that a man should look like his god, and
Oh,
he should look even more like his god if he created him himself, which is like the guiding philosophy for us being in this indie space and creating these black and brown heroes. And I was saying this before we started the broadcast. We never, as black people, as the indigenous peoples of the world, we never needed a Han Solo. We never needed an Indiana Jones. We never needed a Peter Parker, because we had Harriet Tubman. We
mm-hmm.
had Malcolm X. We had Mansa Musa. We had these people who lived these extraordinary lives, who had these amazing character sheets. We don't have to fight for a black guy in Star Wars. It was nice to have one, but when Finn didn't hit, we didn't go, "Oh no, man, there's no second coming of Lando." We were fine, because I can look at my family tree and see heroes. I don't have to think about a future that doesn't have people that don't like me to feel secure in myself. And so when we took a look at this story, we thought, how can we pay homage to the great things that happened to a controversial figure, and how do we add just a little bit of spice that'll keep the people coming? Because we're influenced by so many things that we could have sat down and just been like, well, let's just do a historical retelling. But we thought, well, we can spice it up a bit. There are things that we like that are awesome, that are sexy, crazy sexy and cool. There's there's steampunk, there's magic, there's all this good stuff that's happening. We can turn around and we can just tell a great story, an ongoing and ever evolving saga, that when people put down the book, they can just go hop online or hop on a plane and go see some of these places and be introduced to some of these cultures. And it's more than just another retelling of Beowulf or Arthurian legend or anything like that, or some other samurai. Like, oh, look, it's Yasuke. Like, I'm not snapping on Yasuke. I'm just saying that if Yasuke is your benchmark for a badass black dude with a sword, I would encourage you to, one, put Blade back in your DVD player, your Blu-ray player. And then also, I mean, he's not real, but he's cooler than Yasuke. And then after that, go look at where martial arts came from, the Manchu arts. Go look and find, when you talk about Ki, look at Ka and where that came from. Like, there's a whole universe, a whole hidden history that was kept from you, a whole evolution of your spirituality and who you were meant to be that's truncated, and instead you fall for the black guy with curly hair on Don being your new you. And that's not to swipe at anybody. I'm just saying there are alternatives and there are stories out there. Like, if you're looking for representation, you don't have to go any further than the mirror.
Y'all, you can be informed on the Kickstarter right now. It is up.
Oh, I got you. I promise I got you,
so
my guy. If y'all don't, again, I reiterate, please do not embarrass me in these streets. I'm talking to you. Don't embarrass me. November 28th. Most of us will have that Friday off. Most, not all. But
I won't.
I probably won't either. But if you hate your job as much as I hate mine, go in the bathroom for about a good 15 or 20 minutes and go pledge to this Kickstarter on November 28th. If you are home, go ahead, hit that alarm for when it goes live. Make sure you hit the save tab on Kickstarter tonight so that, once the turkey coma is over, instantly you get that alarm, that ding, that special little ding, to let you know that the Kickstarter for Musa is live. And this is book 1. This is chapter 1. And these men are giving you 100 pages out the gate. Done. Finished books. I believe you said that you already gave out 25 page 25.
We've printed 25 for promotion and to let people know that we are serious about putting this in their hands. But right now the Kickstarter is, and I hate to say glorified, but it really is a pre-order, right? Like, right, TJ? Like, we're giving people a chance to say, okay, you put your money where your mouth is. Now, I would also like to partake. I'd like to have it delivered to my house instead of hunting you down at a con all 2026, hoping to get a thick 120-page masterpiece that I then have to carry around from table to table when I really should just be sitting down and reading it. Just have it dropped off at my house. I'll look at it. I'll read it. I'll love it. And then when I see you at the con, I'll ask you where book 2 is. So we're really just trying to cut out the middleman.
I mean, honestly, but also bring it with you to Acon and have these gentlemen sign it if that's not already part of the Kickstarter.
I definitely want this. I definitely want this.
I you know what? I saw TJ at New York Comic-Con and I saw the book, there was so much shit going on. I was like, I looked at it and I was like, fuck, I hear him doing a spiel about it off to the side and I'm like, okay, damn, I got to get him on the show. All this, I did not know it was a 120-page graphic novel. Did not know that it was this deep. I am going. Shut up, Navy.
I didn't say anything. I just giggled.
Sorry, I am childish. I apologize.
It is a human condition for me to giggle at my leisure.
Anyway,
I don't need you admonishing.
Anyway, gentlemen, can you talk to me some more about the artwork that went into the? I am blown away by this stuff. It is gorgeous.
It is mesmerizing. Yeah.
Thank you. What people are going to get in Opera Sue, just to keep, between y'all, since we talk and we friends, like, the original idea behind this graphic novel was to kind of give it an anthology-esque type treatment.
Mm.
So that was to bring in as many talented folks as we could, to kind of give you guys a different flavor. Because to me, to us, Musa is a larger than life character. So we need to just bring in more people. We need to give everybody opportunity to draw this, one of our heroes. So we kind of kept that same type of vibe with this particular book. The idea was make it more anthology-esque, but on this, when we completed it, we had kind of a slew of really great artists that decided to contribute. Chapter 1 is by Stanley Obende, which is what you're seeing here. Chapter 2 is by Wellington Nomo. Chapter 3, we've got, I believe it's Ray Anthony Height, and then also Mario Teresi. And then the final chapter 4, is by Sean Damian Hill. Some incredible artists working within the comic space right now. We were trying to make it all black artists. We tried our absolute best. We had one Italian dude came in, dark skinned Italian dude, so he gets a pass, gets to be a part of the group on this.
More descended. He's okay.
Morocco's not that far away. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Cool.
He's alright. Yeah, he's alright.
Yeah, but you guys are going to get to see some really cool different art styles, but it doesn't miss a beat in terms of storytelling. It does move the narrative forward pretty seamlessly, and we're very excited about that, just to give you guys a different flavor, and this book, it's fun, it's exciting, and it is educational at the same time. I mean, I think you can educate and entertain simultaneously. It just kind of depends on what the goal is, or what the subject matter is. And you're going to get a lot of intrigue with this. And then, hopefully you'll be thirsty for more as soon as you're done reading.
Absolutely. And it is a story of Mansa Musa, but he has a very strong supporting cast. We have the King Abubakari, who is, I like to refer to him, he's in a very, very active retirement. He's on the throne, but he's living his best life. And then there's his brother Suleiman, his older brother, who is kind of the fastidious, not necessarily a stick in the mud, but he's the one who understands and really embraces the way the gears need to turn for bureaucracy to work in an ever-expanding domain like Mali in the book. Musa, on the other hand, is the one who kind of goes out. He's the daring, swashbuckling type of guy, and they butt heads, not antagonistically, but they don't often see eye to eye on how to run things. And so Suleiman becomes his own, like almost a deuterotagonist in that way. He becomes a much bigger character than I think we even set out for him to be. And he gets to pull back a lot of the layers and a lot of the curtains in the setting. And then, of course, there's our antagonist, White Aminata, who is a woman with a huge grudge against the entirety of the royal family and Mali's expansion. And she doesn't see all the good things that the folks on the other side of the border are seeing. So from her point of view, as the border expands, she's just getting pushed further and further out. She's yet to be engulfed in it and drink the Kool-Aid, as it were. And so she's got a jihad going against the royal family. And we can see that come to a head. And throughout all of that, we're trying to paint a very vivid picture of life in this ever evolving, ever changing landscape, like the Keita family, Mansa Musa's family, the descendants of Sundiata. They are royals, and they have their finger on the pulse, and they are also the inheritors. Not all, but some of them are the inheritors of this power, this golden rule, this ability that there's a resonance between them and the value we place metaphysically and physically in gold. And so you'll see Musa unleash his birthright and his power throughout the story, and also see that other members of the family may already have a finger on that pulse as well. So that's where the sword and sorcery comes in. I've heard people compare the concept a little to Dune or to like Star Wars. It's I won't say that you won't see parallels between the two, but this is wholly and uniquely our take on having, these characters really embrace the value of the earth under their feet. These are characters who fight in battle for the Al-Kabulan, for the Africa under their feet, and they channel that power that way.
Would you say that they're very similar to the Mandalorians in that sense, potentially?
I would argue that if someone were to say this is the way, that they probably wouldn't go amiss.
Oh my gosh.
I told you it was whack. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna say it. I'm just saying the Mandalorian is supposed to be whack. Okay.
The thing you won't see in this book is giant robots or mech. Okay?
Thank God.
As
we're
much
not
as
gonna
I
go
love
that
that,
route.
they didn't exist back
Yeah.
then. So you're not going to see them.
Oh,
Yeah, we
wait.
took creative license in some areas, but we didn't make this a full blown like. It's not an Akira Toriyama telling of Mansa Musa where you'd have
Mm.
all that kind of stuff thrown like that. You know how he does like the Hodge, like all of his influences often make it into their work. That's why Dragon Quest and Dragon Ball and all have all that stuff happening. We tried to remain true, but we did take some creative license.
And I think that's fine. I think there's nothing wrong with wanting to tell a story and embellishing it, especially when it is literally a work of fiction. Um, Everybody gets influenced by everything. People that cavemen saw somebody else draw some shit and they decided, oh, I'm gonna do this, but embellish it a little bit. Through from the beginning of time. It's fine. It's fine. So long as you're not like literally copying and pasting shit, which clearly this is not, because nobody tells this story. I Navy, do you have anything that you want to ask about this? Good God, this work of work.
There really isn't anything to say. It speaks for itself. The beauty, the presentation, the color, the characters themselves. This is just a preview of what's about to come.
Mm-hmm.
I'm beyond excited. Beyond excited. This is a conversation piece if you think about it, because creations, books like this need to be on the tables. People reading. What are you reading? Well, I'm reading. There we go. There's a conversation. So you've created more than just a book. You've created a conversation. So,
Well, I hope the conversation begins prior to the Kickstarter, so that folks that are hype about it
It
tell
already
other
has.
people who are hype about it, and then we can just keep pushing. Because as great as it would be to set a record for Kickstarter sales, I think honestly, to your point, this is our love letter to the diaspora in a lot of ways. Not saying that it's a panacea that's going to fix a whole bunch of stuff or mend any broken bones or fix any wounds, but we don't talk about ourselves enough when we're with each other. Like when we're behind closed doors with family, we're often talking about the pressures from the outside. We don't really talk about what's going on with us. We don't talk about the glory days. We don't talk about recapturing our glory nearly often enough. And so it would be great if everyone that bought a copy of this book would then go around proselytizing to their family and friends about not only the book, but also like this, just let it be a gateway drug for getting into some of the things that they don't tell us, the things that you have to wait for AFAM 101 to get. You should be able to just have it right there.
Yeah.
mm,
I love it. I love it. I love it.
mm,
You just
I
saying
love
all
it.
the right words, sir. All the right words. I love that. Okay. This is a very sausage fest comic. I say that.
Kielbasa's on deck. Okay.
Cabas on deck, on deck, on deck. I'm not mad at it. I am, as a woman, used to it. However, this young lady, I'm going to try to find her and bring her up. Pardon me while I go through all of the stuff.
The pirate queen, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Right,
Can
Amanata.
you? Yes. Ooh. Now, okay. Now, see, look. Now, why she gotta be white though? I'm playing.
There
it
is
back. I'm
a
playing it
interesting story behind that name, but her regular name is Amanata. But she is a product of a how do I put it? A sordid situation that has occurred within our diaspora over the last 1,000+ years. And because she's a mixed race, of African descent as well as European. White Amanata is used more as a derogatory name towards her.
Pejorative,
the space of the universe of the comic, but she is again, trying to, I would say, even kind of heal her own personal wounds through anger, through retribution, through pain. I think a lot of times, fire. When you talk about scorched earth, this concept of burning everything, destroying everything to rebuild, and she's doing that in her own way. So while she is like the antagonist of this particular story, she's also I would kind of say almost like a dark hero in my opinion, without ruining anything. I don't want to ruin too much, give you too much stuff, but she's a surprising character that is just as powerful as all of the men in the story, if not more.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
I
like
think we were actually afraid that she would overshadow and eclipse Musa in the story because of how much swagger she has. Not to say she hasn't earned it, but it's his book. It's not White Aminata, Lion of Mali, or whatever. But we wanted to be intentional with the character. We wanted her to be the flip side of Musa's coin. They're around the same age. If you look at Musa, he's handsome. He's got swagger. He's got all these he's lived a very, very, I won't say soft life, but he's never lacked for anything. But you can take a look at this character and see she's been through it. Like she wears her scars on the outside, and she fights. He fights because his uncle thinks it, it'd be cool if things worked out this way. So he picks up his sword and goes. She fights from her point of view because there are wrongs that need to be righted. And every character is a hero of their own story, and that was a major driving element of this particular character.
Facts.
In that, even if we look at her and go, "Oh, she's doing this or she's doing that," from her point of view, it's a necessary evil. If we can give the Joker a pass in his own movies, we can give her a pass for being shit upon by a culture that she didn't even ask to be born into, fathered by a dude that shouldn't have been there in the first place.
What you hear, ladies and gentlemen, is the sound of the mic dropping.
Yep.
Nothing else can mean to be said. That's pure facts.